Good day and welcome to our channel. In today's game, we have a game from St. Louis Rapid and Blitz still, and this is actually from round 4 on Rapid section. In this game, we're going to look into a game between Grandmaster Alerasa Firouzja against Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura. Well, let's get right into it and let's see what happened through our game. So here we have e4 by Alerasa, and now we have e6, d4, d5, and now e5. The French defense that we have here now, the advanced variation. So we have c5 and now c3. We have knight to c6, so putting pressure on this pawn on d4. We have knight f3 and now queen b6. Again, putting pressure on this pawn. And this is actually common on French opening, especially on advanced variation. Always they will put pressure on this pawn on d4. So we have a3 only, and now knight to h6. So by playing knight h6, is actually provoking this bishop takes h6. But if you're gonna capture the knight, then there will be like queen takes b2, and that is actually better for black. So we have bishop d3 only, a simple developing move, and now capture, castle, and now bishop to d7. We have b4, and now rook c8. We have b5, so attacking this knight. So knight has to move, and knight e7 is actually the best square for the knight. And then we have capture, and now knight f5. So challenging this knight on d4. This knight is actually well placed, so this is actually a good idea, challenging this knight on d4. But here we have only like a4, and now capture. But first, we have in between move by Alerasa, playing a5. Well, let's go back a bit here. You can just simply take this knight, but after take, well, that's better for black in that position, because if you take and then queen takes, he's actually putting pressure on this pawn on e5 at the same time attacking this rook on a1. So here we have a5, an excellent move, but now we have queen to c5, and now bishop to a3. So attacking the queen again. So we have capture. Let's go back, not capture anyway. It's knight e2, and now queen to e2. We have queen c7, and now bishop to b2. Well, the idea behind bishop b2 is right now you can move the knight because this pawn on c3 is dependent. So we have bishop e7 only, and now knight to d2. We have castle, and now c4. We have capture, capture, and now rook to d8, which is actually not the best continuation here. Here, the recommendation is to play knight f5. But anyway, we have rook d8, and now rook c1 with the threat of bishop e6. This queen is actually on the same file, so you really need to move the queen. We have queen b8, and now knight to f3. Well, let's go back here. In this position, the suggestion is to go g4, and then if a6, then we'll have b6 only. So basically, you're not giving enough space for the queen. But anyway, we have knight f3, we have knight f5 now, and now bishop to d3. So putting pressure on this knight, and I think it is just like a good idea to basically capture this knight, because this knight is actually well placed in this position. But anyway, we have bishop to f8, and let's go back a bit here. The recommendation is to go g6 just to solidify the knight, and then after maybe you can go bishop f8 if you want to control the dark square. But anyway, we have bishop to f8, and now we have this h4. And as per computer evaluation, not the best move in the position here. The recommendation is to go rook takes c8. Let's go back here. So rook takes c8, and now after rook takes c8, here, and then we will have this g4 idea. And now if knight e7, we'll have this bishop takes h7, king takes h7 with, and now knight g5 with a check. And now in this position, we need to go king to g6. After king g6, then again there will be another sacrifice by a queen to let's go back, probably not queen to e4, queen d3. So let's say, for example, if you're gonna capture this, then h4, and then king takes h4, and now we'll have queen h7, and now we'll have king g5, but queen h5, king f4, and then we will have this rook to a4. So the only move is to probably go king f3, and then after this we will have g5 with a check. But it's very difficult to see on a game that's a couple of moves basically. It's very hard for like even a grandmaster to see that move basically. But let's go back. So after bishop f8, we have h4, and now we have bishop to e8. We have bishop takes f5, and now e takes f5. e6 was played, trying to ruin the pawn structure on the king side. But now we have capture on c1, recapture on c1, and now queen to d6, an excellent move, putting pressure on this pawn on e6. So here we have knight to g5 only. Again, putting pressure on this pawn on f7. So here we don't have a choice but to capture. Queen e6 with a check, capture, and now capture. We have rook to d2, and now bishop to d4, putting pressure on this pawn on e7. And if you're gonna take a look, the white pawns are actually pretty close to promoting here. But here we have bishop to d7 only. After bishop d7, we have bishop to e3. We have rook d3, and now capture, recapture. Although we have opposite bishops here, the main difference here is actually this two passers. So here we have h6 only, and you don't have a choice either to basically capture, or you can also go b6, but I don't think b6 is a good idea here. So here b6, and if you're gonna take a look, b6 is a mistake because first off, there's actually a potential of sacrificing this. After take, then there will be an option to push the pawn. But we have rook to c7, an excellent move. So putting pressure on this pawn on a7, at the same time attacking this bishop. Right now, this is actually dependent by the rook, so the rook won't be able to move in this position or on this file because he really need to depend this bishop on d7. But anyway, we have capture, and now rook takes a7. We have rook to a3, and now check, king f7, and now a7. So just one move, and it will be a queen sooner or later. But the rook on a3 is actually doing a good job, behind the pawns here. But here we have rook to a6, hoping to defend this pawn on b6. But right now, this is still possible because if you're gonna take this bishop, then white can just simply sacrifice the rook and then promote this into a queen. So here we have bishop to c6, and now rook to c8, so attacking the bishop. So here we have capture, and now in this position we have capture, and of course you cannot take the rook because this will promote into a queen. So here we only have a check, so we have king to h2, and now rook to a1, so behind the rook still. So you really need to defend that pawn. So we have rook c7 with a check, king f6, and now we have king g3, rook to a4, so trying to cut off the king from moving up. Now we have king f3, f4 was played, and now king to e2. We have h5, and now king to d3. So right now the idea for white is to basically go in this queen side and hoping to basically defend this pawn, from promoting. So we have g5, and now we have capture. King takes g5, and then we have king c3. We have h4, and now king to b3. So slowly, white is actually making progress. So we have rook to a1, and now f3 only, and now we have h3. So we have capture only, and now king to h4. But in this position, we have this beautiful move, rook to g7. So right now, the king is actually cut up, and right now he can only move in this direction on h file. So we have king takes h3, but now we have this king to b4. Well, the idea is to go b5, b6, and then b7, and then hopefully going to b8, because there's always an option to basically blockade the rook and then promote this into a queen. So here we have rook to a2, but now after king to b5, Hikaru Nakamura actually resigned because it is actually hopeless now for black. There's no option here. I mean, you can go maybe king h2, but after king h2, king b6, and then maybe rook b2, but after let's say king to c7 is playable, and then maybe you can check, but after you can just simply go king to b1 and then check again, but after we'll have this rook to b7, and of course if you take and then this will promote into a queen next move. So that is actually the power of a pass pawn or a passer on an endgame. Well, that's our game for today. I hope you like it, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.